Hi there. So this is one of my odd little guitars that I will be doing a video on soon. But today is about my experience with strap locks and my evolution in strap locks. So this guitar, I designed it and had it built, I think in the 80s. And I put these Schaller strap locks on it, which require a custom post that you put in that you replace your standard strap button with. And it's got a spring-loaded horseshoe-shaped thing that slides in there and grips like hell, and it works pretty well. But one, it's a little bulky. Two, the nut comes off. There's a nut here, and I have on more than one occasion had these nuts work loose and have a guitar fall into my hands, luckily not on the ground. Look at that. I just noticed that this nut is indeed loose. That's very funny. That was not planned. So you can do a number of things with this. You could put strap lock on it. You could get one of those springy nuts that would go in here under this nut. That would provide enough friction to probably keep it locked. But that's just stupid, right? You're giving me a system that is going to fail over time. I didn't pre-loosen this nut. This just happens. So that is kind of annoying. It's secure as long as you're like on top of the maintenance. I had to cut some of my straps because of the bulkiness of this, changed the way that the straps interacted with the guitar. This strap is actually from another guitar, but there were times where this system created a need to actually alter the strap. In fact, I think both sides of the strap have been cut. They're also kind of squeaky and noisy. Not the greatest thing. Other than that, you know, an adequate system. So then I went to the next contender, which did not last long at all. I still own a couple of these. I despise these. I think they're from Planet Waves. They are from Planet Waves. These are locking guitar straps. This giant rigid thing. I wouldn't be able to use this with this guitar. It would, there's some guitars this just won't fit on. Actually, this guitar I could. There are guitars I own where there is just not enough clearance to use this thing. How does this work? You slip it over and then you rotate this ratchet. Can you see that? It locks it down. And then you have to press this thing to, oops, you can see this thing is just a friggin' pain in the ass. It's just a pain in the ass. And then if you press this tab, the ratchet slides free. So you strap this on your guitar, you ratchet it down, you can see that it's locking the thing, and it's very secure when it's locked, and when you want to unlock it, you undo this. I hate this thing. It's a bitch to get on, it's a bitch to get off, it's huge, it's inflexible, I friggin' hate it. It does the job. I just think it's overly complex. Now let's look at what let's just knocking everything over here. Let's look at what I've really finally settled on. So, you know, I haven't owned these more than a few years. We'll have to see how well they last. This is another sort of keep it simple, stupid solution. This is the Lock-It strap. So this is a fairly standard looking strap that's got a sliding spring-loaded door. Can you see that? I think you can see it. That comes down and presses down onto the strap button. So unlike the Schallers, this works with normal strap buttons. Unlike the Planet Waves, it is not really bulky. More to the point, it's really easy to take your guitar strap on and off. Now, I tend to leave straps on my guitar, but there are times during a gig or when I'm switching to a guitar that I don't use that often that I want to use this. Well, how hard is it? You put it on, all right? You pull the little window up, you wheeze the little thing on like you would wheeze on any strap, and then, you know, you can push it down or you can literally just flick it. And that little shutter slides down and that puppy is on there. So this system doesn't require the kind of external maintenance. It's not noisy, it's not bulky, it doesn't change the user interface, it just works. And I take it back. I've had some of these for at least 5 years. I've never had a misfire, which is interesting because I considered the Schallers to be the gold standard. They're expensive. You know, you got to replace the string, the strap button. It's like German engineering, rah, but I've had those fail just as you saw, where the friggin' nut comes loose. I've never had these fail, ever. They're cheaper. It's a unified system rather than some crazy retrofit. Yes, that does mean you have to invest in new straps. That's the downside. They are not very expensive. Let's see how expensive they are since I have failed to do my research, which is so often the case. So let's just see. Lock-it strap. Let's just get an idea here. Okay. Lock-it guitar straps. They come in all different ones. Boy, some of them are like leather, really expensive. The cheapest ones I'm seeing here are, they're not cheap. Maybe 22 bucks. 34 bucks. Here's one. Lock-it professional 2-inch cotton strap with locking ends. Yeah, all right. So this one is extremely similar to this, and this is 23 bucks. Is that more expensive than a standard strap? You're damn right it is. Is it worth it because it does the job immaculately, because it doesn't require you to relate to it differently, because it's not hard to get on or get off, because it's not squeaky and noisy? Yeah, it's just a damn good idea. They do also make Lock-it leather straps, which for some might obviate, you know, some like a really fancy strap. I presume if you were handy with a sewing machine, there's no reason you couldn't actually clip this thing and put this entire fixture, because it's just got like a D-ring on it, or an O-ring. There's no reason you couldn't actually take any strap material you want and customize it and just use the head and the tail on this. Of course, the tail is exactly the same idea. Comes off. I just slammed into my microphone, didn't I? Comes on, locks. I really should start using an external microphone. Guitars and lavalier mics really don't go together that well. I should go back to an external. At any rate, great product. Can't recommend it enough. You're finally seeing me talk about some things I like. All right. Enjoy.